Pisces, the restless energy you've been feeling lately is about to shift, so let's get into your cards for this week. All right, Pisces, you had a lot come out this week, so Spirit has a lot to say to you. Um, First off, you had the Four of Swords come out, and that was crossed by the Two of Swords and the Oracle of Wands. So to me, that says you're currently mentally spinning your wheels on on something that you're passionate about, right? You care a lot about it, and you're mentally restless, right? And just again spinning your wheels on this subject, and it's causing you to be at a crossroads, right? And it's probably because you really care about it, because the Oracle of Wands came out with all of that. It's something that you're very passionate about, right? This could be career, relationship, home. It'll resonate with everyone differently, right? Then you had the Eight of Cups come out with the Nine of Cups, which was beautiful to see that transition and everything else filled in around it. So let me break this down. Crossing your Eight of Cups, which is something that you walked away from emotionally. You said, I don't want to be a part of that. I'm going to let it go. I'm going to walk away from it because I want to be emotionally happy and content, right? And so what you walked away from was a painful ending. It was a betrayal. It was some kind of heavy situation that happened to you, right? And you chose to make the best of that situation. You chose to say, okay, I know that there's bad shit that happens in life, and I'm going to make the best out of this, and I'm going to make it a lesson, right? Because once we emotionally remove ourselves far enough from a situation, most of the time we can see why it happened, or we can make reasoning and peace with what has gone on, right? Sometimes it takes us longer than others. Sometimes we can do it pretty quickly. But regardless, you have made peace with what happened, right? And that is what brought in this shift for you, which was beautiful to see how Spirit played it all out for you, to be honest. So, your emotional happiness and contentment came from you shifting your perspective over a heartbreak. You have the Hanged Man paired with the Three of Swords. So, at some point, you said, I'm going to change my perspective on this. Something that caused me to feel a lot of pain, something that broke my heart, something that felt like a betrayal. I'm going to change my perspective on it, and I'm going to choose to be happy, right? That's when things shifted for you. Because let me tell you this, good energy can't come into negative energy. You know what I mean? Like when you are in a negative space, all you're going to attract is negativity. And I get it. We all take time to process. We all spin our wheels about why did this happen? Why did they do that? All that jazz. But once you choose to see it from a different perspective and you make peace with it, it really just releases you from carrying that burden and allows you to be happy again, right? So when you did that, that's what brought you the emotional happiness and contentment. And see, I think when you made that choice as well, that's when things also shifted to where it was like, okay, now a new beginning can start, right? Because you have the Wheel of Fortune over here after your decision to make peace with the good and the bad. And then you have the Champion of Cups right in front of your Ten of Swords. So you made a choice, right, to apologize or make peace with this person that caused this pain, right? Because you decided you wanted to change the script. I know this is very specific for someone, but like, anyways, you decided to change the script, right? You decided, I'm going to make peace with this. And even if it wasn't a person and it was a business that did you wrong or whatever, you decided like, I'm going to apologize. I'm going to be the bigger person. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to forgive, right? That energy. And that's when the new door opened for you with the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is all about change. Once you harmonize that good and that bad, the world said, yep, here's your next path. Here's change coming in for you. Here's a new door that's opening for you. And you made that choice to move away from that restlessness. You made the decision to move towards forgiveness instead of towards bitterness, right? And what's beautiful about your entire reading, honestly, the entire reading is like, kudos to you. You took the leap of faith. Your overall energy is a Fool card. You said, I'm going to take a chance on this. I'm going to give this person another chance. I'm going to give this relationship another chance. I'm going to give this job another chance. I'm going to be kind to myself. I'm going to take a chance in letting this go because what's the point in holding on to it, right? You took the leap of faith to change. And now everything is panning out for you because of that decision. It shifted everything for you dramatically when you made that choice. So, even if you might be restless about this leap that you took, I can tell you right now, it was the right choice. And it was very big of you to make that choice. And I know that that's not always the easiest thing to do, and it takes time for us to get there. But once it happens, it is such a relief, and it's such a burden off our shoulders. And I feel like the universe is rewarding you with new beginnings. So be prepared, Pisces. I hope next week I see just new start, new start, new start, money, money, money coming in for you. Because this is like karmic rebalancing, right? You know, rebalancing things for yourself. So yeah, that's what I have for you guys this week. If that message resonates, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I would truly appreciate the support, and have an awesome day. I'm all Mystic.